Alright, and we're back. So, like I said, the endings of the levels are just very jarring, but they do feel natural, and I think this was kind of trying to be like Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 1. Damn, that's satisfying. So unlike the other games, we can't actually just hit like 3 or 4 and then we switch over to a thermal detonator. We actually did 0, or whatever you have your throwing weapon set to, so a little bit of a difference, but it's not a deal breaker for me personally. And if you've been wondering, what have I been using on the gun? This is left click, that's right click. I've been using the right click because it's just faster and I don't want to deal with like some straggler just dick punching me. I really don't want to deal with that. So, and as I said in the last video, there is a lot of like just bullshit in this game that you don't want to get stuck on. You want to make sure you're always at either full ammo, well, ammo in the first couple of levels, I should say, and then, you know, full ammo, full health, full everything, and make sure you're using your back-to-tanks efficiently, because if you don't, well, it's going to be a bad time. This is also the level where it really starts to show that the difficulty of the puzzles is just awful. Like, I figured all of this game out surprisingly without a walkthrough, but my god, I feel lucky that I did. There was just something... yeah, like, there's just something ridiculous about a lot of these puzzles, and I hope I'm not too skimpy on my health right now, because I don't know how much back I have. I don't want to die. I really don't want to die. I feel like I will, because this game is absolutely ridiculous. And these things are new. Well, they're not new, but they're different, I suppose. They're really annoying. So once they start blinking and they start shooting is when you can damage them. Once you even have Jedi powers, you still have to wait. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely annoying. So let's see if I can just... there we go. You also want to be quick saving a lot. I know some people get sniffy about quick saving in these kinds of games, but my god. This game is one where even the smallest mistake can just set you back, so the checkpoints in this game are also very, very, very not fun. So I believe I still have to knock a switch off here because it's too hot, or sorry, too cold. I'm thinking of out loud right now because it's like, it's just so freaking hot right now, man. It's unbelievable. I've lived in Oregon forever, but just, ugh, it's just gross hot, I guess. Alright, I don't want to screw this up. Like, this is the idea. Okay, oh, I can see I can go in there. Awesome. You have to know you can shoot that glass. That's the first part. Ah! I have to know, oh, I can jump up this. Like, oh, that's just dumb. I don't think it's bad, but you could get the idea because you look through here, you see up here. Alright, it makes sense. Oh, look, a thing. And that's somehow a secret. And the secret areas in this game are pretty well hidden. Some of them not so much. Some of them are just like, that's a secret? Also save, that's a very sensitive jump. Oh god. There's one thing I don't like about this game, is the early game. It's just... I know a lot of people complain about your Jedi powers not being there, or whatever, but to me it's just because it's frustrating. It's just... it's not a very competent shooter like the other games. I mean, they all kind of weren't, but... oh shit. It doesn't feel as good as it should, I guess. Like, the shooting doesn't feel good because Kyle doesn't move very quickly either. And enemies are just surprisingly accurate sometimes, so it's just a weird hodgepodge of gameplay, I think. But not the worst. It's competent, and that's as far as it goes. So let's go ahead and... oh, I hate this room. I really hate this room a lot. I hate turrets in any game. I just think they're annoying. Okay. This sucks. I took way too much damage than I needed to. So this room we're going to come back to like 3 times. And, yeah, it's not a fun time. That's all there is to it. Let's lower this down because I believe I need to be up here. My favorite line that the, like, Imperials say is, "Give up, rebel." It just sounds so dumb. It's almost endearingly dumb, I guess, is how I'm trying to put it. So, okay. Now, I believe I had to jump over here, then crawl through here, and then... there we go. You see what I mean? There's a lot of weird puzzle solving that you really wouldn't think of in a modern game. So when you're playing this, you kind of have to put your brain in that perspective of how would a lunatic design a level? This is pretty much it. There's a lot of, like, environmental stuff you have to take into account. There's a lot of just, oh, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm in the middle with this game. So, goodness, that was loud. I hope it's not too loud on your guys' end. That's why I was like, I really don't want to mess this up audio-wise, because I don't want to replay this game again. It's absolutely... I don't think it's terrible. I'll say that all over and over. I don't think it's a terrible game. It's just... It's frustrating and mechanically difficult, and I just don't want to keep playing it over and over. So, yeah, the less I have to play it, the better. Also, this is where you learn, if you're playing in the third-person camera, that you have the worst, like, movement possible. And you can crouch jump. It's very, very... doesn't work. And no, I'm not bad at video games. You're just not allowed to get that. So, don't worry about it. I also have it set to where if you pull out the lightsaber, it goes straight into third person. Because that's what I've done in the entire series, so... I'm sure somebody who speedruns this game is like, oh, well, duh, no, you can get that shit, it's real easy. I'm like, I don't really care. I mean, I just want to bust nuts and get on with it, you know? That's the kind of game this is. Like, some of the secrets I just don't care about. They're not as important as they were in the previous game, like, because in the other games they required you to get secrets to get more Force stars, so it was like you actually had an incentive to do it. This one, not so much. You just kind of get them and you just do it. You can also hit E, or whatever your... or whatever your button is for activating things to grab items off of shelves, which I think was introduced in this game as well. I'm not sure if that was in the other ones, but if it was, I didn't notice it. So, I think it's pretty cool. It's nice. It's a handy-dandy thing. A little quality of life thing. I mean, in real life, you don't stand on your table to pick up your salt shaker, now do you? Well, actually, if you do, that says something about you as a person, I suppose, but I personally just reach across and grab it. I don't fuck around that much. So, a lot of this game just revolves around also knowing what panels you can interact with. It's safe to assume, your first time playing, this is a panel. That's the other thing I don't like about this game.
We're under attack!
I'm always yelling that in a corner. There's just something very, very funny about that to me. Just screaming, we're under attack when nobody's in a room and he's hiding into a corner. Also, we can come back here later. So, there's a lot of, like, cool stuff in this game. Like I said, there's, like, that useless TIE fighter scene. Like, you can just shoot TIE fighters for no reason. And, that's pretty cool, I guess. Oh no, wait a minute, I've heard that sound before in a Star Wars. It's the assassin droid! Oh, or, sorry, interrogation droid. If those actually touch you, they screw up your vision, and, it sucks, and they slowly drain your health. It's not the worst thing ever, but it's very inconvenient, especially early on, so... We also get det packs, just like in, the other games. There's a lot of familiar weapons, a lot of new ones here and there. That's why I'm pretty much just gonna be sticking with the Stormtrooper rifle, because it's just the most... It's like the go-to gun for this entire series. If this series had a gun, it would be the Stormtrooper rifle. If Doom had a gun, it's the double-barrel shotgun. So this is this game's shotgun, I suppose. I also like this. It's not really a puzzle, but it's funny. And I like that you can do this. Alright, you grab that. This just reminds me of something out of Half-Life 1. Like, I don't know why you need to do that, but you can do this. I don't need to know what it does, but it gives me more shields, so... I'm sure somebody that's familiar with Star Wars is gonna chime in. Actually, it's a very specific piece of equipment that's used by Darth Vader, and, he did it in Legends, because Legends. And those of you who are unfamiliar, I don't give a shit about new Star Wars, so don't try and, you know, tell me, oh, it's explained in that, too. Because I don't care. And as far as I'm concerned, the only Star Wars games I like are this series and Bounty Hunters, so Well, I did play Demolition, but if you know what that is, you're probably insane like me, so I don't know what to tell you, man. That game was, if you're unfamiliar, Demolition was essentially, the Star Wars answer to Twisted Metal, and it was very, very not good. I mean, I'm sure it has its... Oh, Jesus. I hate how you can't just wait and then a grenade detonates. You have to actually, like, wait for the whole thing or it touches something and it does a shit ton of damage. I don't know, man. The grenades in this game have never been great. Well, they're only good in the first Dark Forces game, I think, because they actually can just nuke an enemy, which is pretty convenient. But yeah, man, it was a very weird game for the PS1, I believe. This is also another one of those puzzle box things. Also notice it adds more turrets to that area, too. And it makes a serious noise. Just, wow. Also, these are tripwires in this game. Don't fucking run in there. You'll die very quickly. This game is full of stuff like that. There's even a part in Bespin where the game just goes, oh, here, have some shitloads of tripwires. And then, like, Kyle just goes, pretty tricky, for no apparent reason. I am not wasting ammo on these turrets. They can go to hell. Oh, look. Look at these jukes, man. Big plays, big plays. So, I'm just that damn good. But yeah, there's a part in Bespin where the lasers are invisible and they just suddenly show up. And it just happens one time in the entire game, and it's very odd. There's just... oh man, there's a lot of shit in this game that's like that too. Okay. Be very careful with this. I'm gonna try and just yeet a grenade over there, and hopefully that'll do its job. Like, listen to how long it takes for those grenades to explode, man. That's just too damn long. Alright, fuck it. I'll just bolt in here like an idiot. Yeah, sometimes that's just the best solution you can do. Anyways. Who are you there-ing, man? You didn't even see me. I also forgot to mention this in Mysteries of the Sith. The generic, like, Stormtrooper NPCs, they say grab her when they're talking to Kyle because they never actually programmed in, like, responses for Kyle. They only had it based on Mara. I don't think it ever came up, so I didn't point it out, but I'll point it out now. Maybe I did point it out. I don't remember, man. There's a lot of videos I've made in the world, so I don't know. It's easy for me to forget one or two things. Alright, let's just get the hell out of here and get a couple of goodies before we go on, shall we? I have no idea how that guy got over there. I'm not worried about it either, and neither should you. Okay. Also, these turrets are gonna come up later on, and one of those turret sections is just awful. It's bad. This just reminds me so much. This whole intro just reminds me of Half-Life 1, like, to a T. It really does. Now, we can just kind of, you know, run through there if you really want to. That will eventually explode, so I'm just gonna keep bolting over there. Hopefully I don't get killed. Yeah, man, I played Half-Life 1 as well. Okay. Like, this game just feels like it borrows from so many other games. I don't think that's a bad thing, per se, but it just feels like it. But it does do new things here and there. Like, I like this part right here. It's pretty cute. So we need a security key. Okay. Seems legit. So, this is something the game also introduced, is these kind of, like, little side break things. Like, okay, so this room is basically covered in gas, right? So obviously, run in there and take that guy's key card without dying and hoping you have enough health. But they do give you health after, so it's probably fair. Now, I don't speak Arabesh or whatever this is, but that's probably something. So we get to control a mouse droid. And they even make the iconic Star Wars sounds. How cool is that? It controls like ass, by the way. So, we need to turn off the power in this room, which is apparently going to stop a gas leak, because that's how, you know, gas leaks work in real life, obviously. So, duh. I don't know how you do that. So there is a couple parts where we get to control droids. I think it's pretty nifty. It's cute. It's different. I believe that turns off something. Actually, no, that opens up this cupboard here that has a ammo replenish. So just hit space when you're done, and boom. I think that's pretty cool. It's handy. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in this game that's just like, I look at it for the time it came out. That's how I try to look at some things, because it is pretty cool. Like, the ability that the game had to render that and roll with it, like, oh sure, yeah, man, let's make the player turn into a mouse droid in some parts, or let's have him control an astromech droid. That's pretty cool. I like that. I even get a little bit giddy that they let you control an ATST. That's pretty damn cool, man. I think that's just neat. It's dope stuff. Alright. And the only problem I have with this game is I honestly can't remember where all the level breaks are either, because I feel like I'm coming up to it pretty close.
Jan, I found an exit.
Good. Grab some of those crystals and get yourself out of there. This place is giving me the creeps.
Badass.
Lord Desan, this is Admiral Fayar.
Ah, Admiral Fire, how go our experiments?
As of this moment, they're not going at all. The testing facility on Kajim has been neutralized by a pair of New Republic mercenaries, and they've taken some of the crystals.
Mercenaries? Who?
Judging by their ship and the conversations our cameras picked up, I believe it was the pilot Jan Oars and her mercenary partner Kyle Katarn.
Katarn, eh? This setback could prove to be the answer to all our problems.
Yeah, they could just quite literally get an ass shot of him and it'd be all good.
I'm afraid we haven't been able to decode any more of that transmission.
Good. If I put the Valley of the Jedi behind me, so can the rest of the galaxy.
So what were the Remnant doing in that lab?
Our scientists believe that they were trying to artificially infuse the powers of the Force into living subjects. Those crystals you're holding are very much like those found in a Jedi's lightsaber.
Spast.
But that's impossible, isn't it? You can't just give
love
people the Force with a machine, right?
Everything we know about the Force tells us that such devices are nothing but the fevered dreams of fools and madmen, Jan. But try telling that to those poor beings you found in that laboratory.
Who were they?
Colonists from Artus Prime, a remote mining world on the far reaches of the New Republic's influence.
Let me guess. Crystal mining.
Yes. We
No,
lost
crystal
contact with them
meth.
shortly before receiving the transmission from Kejim. Now we fear that the colony has been captured by the Remnant.
Or worse.
Indeed. Without knowing the full extent of the Remnant's plans, or the colonists' plight, the New Republic is uneasy about sending in a full liberation force, so...
So you'd like us to sneak in, assess the situation, and call in the fleet if necessary?
Yes.
You know I don't like messing with this Force business anymore.
We'll double your usual fee.
We'll take it.
So yeah, that was the beginning levels of Dark... I almost called the Dark Forces there. Wow.
Alright, I'm clear. This meteor storm gives us great cover. Everything's closed up. They'll never see us coming.
Good. The colony should be a few clicks out. I'll scout things out from the air while you head into the mine. Give me a shout when you find out what's going on.
Will do.
But yeah, that was the first part of the game done, so I'll see you guys in the next one.